Who's ready to watch this game, guys? Who's got the illegal stream? Who got the illegal stream? Who's got the plug for its live streams, man? Because the only reason why I'm not going live for this game is because I can't find it on TV. Actually, there is a way I can watch it, but I don't want to pay $5.99 for it. You know, if you pay for ESPN Plus, you can get you can go watch all the cup matches and the championships and the Italian league, everything. But I don't want to pay that. I'm too cheap. I'm too broke, man. But anyways, how are you guys feeling about today's game? First of all, how are you guys feeling? How are you guys today? We got HUDSON ODOI making this return. I told you guys, bro. This is a shock to me because I never even knew. Like, I knew Achilles injuries, they usually take 8 to 12 months to heal. Wait. Carabao Cup. Yeah, it's a Carabao Cup. But like I was saying, I didn't know that he can get hit. That's what I was gonna get onto. I was gonna start off with the Spurs thing, right? Because you know, a lot of people say that we have this transfer ban, we're in turmoil. You know, not turmoil, but we should take a back seat to the other teams because we're just rebuilding. We're just trying to find ourselves. We just, you know, trying to serve this transfer ban and restart next year. This season was supposed to be a write-off. But like I said, I look at Tottenham and I look at United and Arsenal. They have weaknesses. I honestly, I feel like we're better off than they are, in all honesty, because we have a manager that we want, right? There's no locker room issues for the most part for what we know, right? Everybody seems to be great, uplifted, want to work hard, want to train hard. And, you know, the only managers, before the season started, everybody was saying the person that's more than likely going to get sacked was Lampard, right? Now I'm seeing reports that, you know, or not reports, but people speculating that Pochettino is going to be the first to leave. And then some saying Ole. It's you know, to rebuilding the sources. Sources tell ESPN, FC, oh, we don't care about that, man. But yeah, bro, I feel like we're better off than both Man United and Spurs and also Arsenal, you know. But anyway, let's talk about the game, man. We got 4 youth players starting the game today, right? Mark Guahi, I hope I pronounced that right. Got Billy Gilmore, you know. Pedro's the captain. Pedro is the captain. I guess it makes sense because, you know, last week when we had the little press conference, it was him and Aspilicueta that did answer the questions, right? They were the players that joined the team or joined the manager for the press conference, right? So it makes sense that Pedro is the captain tonight, and you know he is the most senior player on there, despite Caballero. But yeah, man, we got Batshuayi starting today. You know he has to hit the ground running. Yeah, bro, how are you, man? I'm feeling great. I'm feeling excellent about this game, man. The only reason I'm hyped is because HUDSON ODOI, Reece James, they make their returns, right? HUDSON ODOI, bro. April, I didn't think I would see him before December, right? At the earliest. But he's come back, hit the ground running as far as his rehabilitation goes, and he's back. He looks great. Every game that I watched him in, the developmental games that I watched, he looked fantastic. You know, he did have a bit of rust in the first game that he returned in, but that's to be expected, right? He got 75 minutes in the second game, and this game he should play a full 90 minutes, right? And then hopefully he can at least make a cameo appearance against Brighton. And Pulisic gets the start. I was asking where's Pulisic, and I know a lot of people looked at it as me saying that I was being too rash to question Lampard's decision to not play Pulisic. He just trying to let Pulisic adjust to the league. The league is a whole lot more physical than the Bundesliga. I wasn't questioning it. Well, I kind of was, but I was really just curious. Like, I wasn't saying that Lampard was wrong or anything. I was just like wondering, what is it? Why can't Pulisic get into the first team, right? And if Lampard just wants to, give him a red shirt year, so to speak, then I'm cool with that, right? I just wanted explanations for it. Like we paid 70+ million for him. I want to know why our top signing hasn't been getting much minutes, right? When you have players injured, why is he getting playing time, right? But hopefully, he has a good game today and he can build off this performance, right? And press Lampard because um, this is all due respect to Grimsby Town. This should be a nice little, I don't want to say training session, but should be a nice game that we can, players that don't normally get minutes can get minutes and try to impress Lampard. So I'm really looking forward to that. And Jure makes the bench. I've heard a lot about him. I've seen some clips about him. I haven't watched him personally play, but I heard that he's the real deal, right? And Matson, the guy that I rate highly, is the guy that I hope that our aim is not conceding. Well, yeah, hopefully we don't end up like Spurs, right? We need to take this game seriously. We need to take this game very seriously because it's a competition where if most teams will say that if they're in the competition, it's just a small competition, just a Mickey Mouse Cup or whatever. But I guarantee you, if you're in that final, you want to win that final. And I think it'll be good for our young players to, if I wouldn't say win the cup because like we have no expectations of winning anything, but if they can win the Carabao Cup for their first season, Lampard's first trophy, in February, that can give us that second boost that we need for the latter part of the season. And I think it'll be great for our younger players to feel what it feels like to win a trophy, right? I can't pronounce it, bro. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But Mark Gay, he's pretty solid, bro. I've seen him play a few times. He's a real deal, right? He has potential, like a lot of our young players do. Has potential. Zuma, hopefully Zuma can continue what he did at Liverpool. He had a really solid game. And Kante, I don't know, Kante didn't even make the bench, so I would have liked to have seen him to get a little bit more minutes. If the thing was he wasn't match fit, he should be getting minutes. No, and Reece James, this is a game. I know it's against a Football League 2 team, but this is a game where you can put your stamp on the team and say Lampard, even though I'm pretty sure Lampard has already made that decision in his mind. Lampard, I'm first choice right back, right? But it's unfortunate that Emerson is out for a month now because we finally got Reece James back, and now we got to worry about the left-hand side. If we have to play Aspilicueta on the left-hand side and then play Reece James on the right until Emerson gets back, I'm totally fine with that. Although I doubt that's how it's going to happen, how it's going to go. But you never know. Lampard has shown in the past that he's willing to adjust. Oh. I say for a scoring prediction, I'm gonna say I think Chelsea will win 4-0, or I'm going 5-1. I say a 5-1 Chelsea win. I mean, there's no reason for Chelsea not to win this game, right? Because all due respect, it is Grimsby Town. They're ninth and they're in the Football League 2 division. We should be winning this game. There's no reason for us to end up like Spurs, losing to penalties or even worse. It could be like back, I don't know, it was a few years back when we lost to Brentford 4-2. That was embarrassing, man. We lost to Brentford 4-2, and I remember that day. I don't want another day like that, man. We should be comfortably beating a team like Grimsby Town, like I said, all due respect. But we're Chelsea, right? We shouldn't be losing to any team. If we want to call ourselves the best team or the biggest team in London, we shouldn't be losing against Grimsby Town. I'm hoping Batshuayi gets on the score sheet because I feel like he's been a victim of, I don't know. I just feel like he's been a victim of Tammy playing well and really hasn't had many opportunities to show what he's about, right? He's only made sub appearances. I don't even think he started for us in competitive games this season. If I'm not mistaken, I believe all his appearances have been sub appearances. Anybody got a link to the game live stream? I'm gonna be all over Twitter. What's up, Harry McKenzie? I'm feeling good, man. I heard that FIFA 20 is trash, right? I always wait a little bit, even though I played the pregame. I always wait a few weeks before I buy it because I want to see what other people think about it first before I buy it. I've already seen. Don't waste your time. EA still hasn't fixed anything that's wrong with the game, so I might just stick to FIFA 19 or move to PES soccer. That's what it's called. Sorry, that's what it's called. I know I don't call it soccer, right? But that's what it's called. But man, Spurs, bro. Spurs has a lot going on, man. A lot going on. But if it were Chelsea, if Chelsea were in the same predicament, it would be all over the news. Everybody will be talking about it. But because it's Spurs and it's not Chelsea, nobody's talking about it. Right? They clearly have locker room issues. Right? They have players that don't want to be there, right? Because Eriksson already said he wants to leave, but he couldn't leave because there's no market for him. And I don't understand why Tottenham fans want Pochettino out anyway, because it's like he's been given nothing. Like, this is the first transfer window where he was allowed to buy players, and he only bought one player or two players, right? Lo Celso and Ndombele, or I think that's how it's pronounced. Two players, right? And honestly, you don't have to buy a lot of players, but you also didn't get rid of Eriksson, who's made it clear that he doesn't want to be there. Pulisic out, bro. I hope Pulisic gets him and HUDSON. It's gonna be beautiful to see how they, interact, and I want to see, that chemistry that Batshuayi and Pulisic had back at Dortmund. How are you watching the game? I was going to buy ESPN and live stream it, or watch it on my TV, but I think I'm just gonna watch it on my phone, live stream on Twitter. Twitter usually has it, and Facebook Live. I always go to Facebook Live for the last minute. And that's my last call, right? My last line of defense. I always go to Facebook Live because somebody's live streaming it on Facebook. That's a very handy tool. Or Twitch, right? Somebody's live streaming it. I refuse to pay $4.99 for a game, right? It's just ridiculous. Like, when they're asking us to watch the preseason games or pay for the preseason games, there's nobody in the world that's going to do that. And if you did it, I'm sorry, man. I hate to say that you wasted your money. On Facebook, sometimes they do, but you can always go back and find somebody else, right? Somebody's always live streaming. That's one thing I found out. Very handy. But it's gonna be interesting how we set out though, because the players that are featuring. Could we see the return of the 4-2-3-1? Maybe. That is how it seemed like Lampard wanted to play in the preseason, but once he found out that formation doesn't work with the personnel that we have, the kickoff is in 5 minutes, I believe. It's at 2:45 or 7:45 UK time. 2:45 on the East Coast and the States, and in Central is 1:45. And out west, it's like 12:45, something like that. 8:45 to me then, yeah. I feel Barkley will shine. Well, hopefully, Barkley has been a big disappointment compared to how, he started out in the preseason. I thought he was going to be, he was playing like Lampard, man, or playing, however you want to say it, he was playing great, fantastic. And then now it just seems like he's back in his shell, bro. He did seem confident when we stepped up for the penalty, but it's always good to put on a front, right? You can be feeling totally different on the inside. Barkley, I still want to punch for the Valencia game. Yeah, it was frustrating, but if Lampard says he's a penalty taker, that's his decision. It's not what I would do, right? I always say Jorginho's the best penalty taker that we have currently on the squad, so he should take it. And the second choice would be Tammy because he's the striker. I feel like the striker should want the penalties, right? But to be fair to Barkley, that was his first penalty miss, right? He's made all his other penalties. and William did shithouse him a little bit by standing next to him. But I don't. I think that's it happens. How do you think we're gonna play against Brighton this weekend? Right, because we have players missing. Right, are we gonna use the 3-4-3 system again? We don't have our left back, our first choice left back in Emerson, but Alonso, attacking wise, he was pretty solid against Liverpool. But I feel as if Liverpool was just willing to let him have that because they knew his service. He's not good with his delivery, right? But fair play to him, he was decent, right? He put in some decent crosses. Yeah, Emerson is out till October, bro. Alonso, hopefully he will improve, but we kind of don't have a choice. My only solution to not playing Alonso is either playing Matson, which I'm okay with, but he's still a young player, right? Do you want to put a young player like that in that position, right, to play a game in and game out like that? What does that say to Alonso, right? And then on top of that, we could try the SB on the left hand side, right? Because he still is useful defensively. He's still better, right, than Alonso. You just sometimes going forward he can't contribute. And the problems that we had on our left hand side when Emerson was out, we're gonna have on the what did I say that wrong? The problem that we had with the right on the right hand side when Reece James was out. We're not gonna have that on the left hand side now because Emerson is out. So it's just like we can't win, bro. We've had one of the most unluckiest starts as far as injury goes in a while. But guys, the first time since 1980, Chelsea would start 4 players, 4 teenagers. Right? That's incredible, man. Trust our own, man. I'm gonna end the live stream in about 2 minutes when the game starts because I want to watch the game. So, maybe I'm sorry that this preview is kind of anticlimactic, right? I'm sorry. I really wasn't even expecting to do a live stream, but I felt like, since I didn't upload a preview, I should go live and, I guess I'll be the segue or the pre-show to the game. Where's your year? You were born 1980. You were born in 1980? Holy shit, bro. You're old, man. The year I was born. Oh, okay. I mean, the year I was born. I was born in 19... How old do I look, bro? I'm 16 next month. I thought you said you were born in 1980. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you mean. I'm 16 next month. Wow, so you're actually pretty young. That's what's up, man. I wish I was 16 again, bro. But I'm not that much older than you are. I graduated from high school a couple years ago. So I'm not that old, right? But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end this live stream. Like I said, I apologize for it being anticlimactic. No, bro, I'm not 31, bro. I'm far from 31. I got another decade before I even hit 30. But yeah, man. Anyways, up to Chelsea. And if somebody tells you that Chelsea are in turmoil, just tell them that Tottenham lost to a Football League 2 team on penalties, right? And Arsenal conceded 30-plus shots to a team that lost 8-0 to City. So tell an Arsenal fan that as well, right? We are the biggest team in London, and let's start our campaign run for our redemption tour, right? Because we lost in the Carabao Cup final last season. Let's make it again, and let's win that trophy, man. So hey, up to Chelsea, and go enjoy that game, man. Reece James, HUDSON, ODOI, and I'm out. I'm